What I think in terms of science, what is the most important quality students must develop is the ability to think and frame a research question and answer it.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Fright Circuit. I'm the president of the Full Steam Ahead Club, and with me I have Aneesha Vora, who's a leading member of the Science Club and is deeply into the subjects of biology and chemistry. With us, we have Dr. Sujit Nair, and Aneesha will be giving us a brief introduction.
Dr. Sujit Nair has over 25 years of discovery research experience with 100 international publications and over 3,500 citations, as well as an H index of 24 and I index of 38. He has worked in both academia and industry research environments, leading cross-functional terms in drug discovery, PK/PD modeling and simulation, formulation, analytical method development, including UPLC and LC-MS/MS, preclinical studies in transgenic animals and xenograft models, randomized double-blind clinical trials, cellular and molecular biology, nutraceuticals, nanomedicine, genomics and proteomics, molecular medicine, RNA therapeutics, biomarker discovery, and bioinformatics. He has led the construction of state of the art research laboratories from conceptualization to execution and mentored several doctoral students. He is currently serving as the Chief Scientific Officer for Phytoveda Biopharma Private Limited since 2020 and as mentor for aspiring young biotechnology enthusiasts.
And that's not all, there's so much more. Dr. Nair also serves as the editor in chief for the prestigious international journal based in the USA and Europe, including Frontiers in Pharmacology, Frontiers in Genetics, Current Pharmacology Reports, Current Pharmacogenics, and personalized medicine, and drug metabolism and personalized therapy. He has served as an invited member of the International Expert Panel of the National Medical Research Council, Ministry of Health, Government of Singapore, as a grant reviewer for the National Research Foundation, Government of South Africa, and as a grant reviewer for the Department of Science and Technology of Biotechnology for the Government of India.
So Dr. Nair has an undergraduate degree in pharmacy and a master's degree in pharmaceutics from the University of Mumbai, as well as a doctoral degree in pharmaceutical sciences from the Center for Cancer Chemo Prevention Research at the Ernest Maurer School of Pharmacy at Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, USA.
Okay, so now to proceed, I'm actually a student of physics, and that's how I got my position at the science club. And I haven't actually delved too much into biology, and I was actually quite interested by this concept of biotechnology. So I wanted to ask you, what exactly is medical biotechnology?
So that's a very good question. So let's start with first principles. So biotechnology, or rather medical biotechnology, as we know it, is basically where you apply the principles of medicine by relying on cells and living organisms. Okay, so historically, traditionally, what we have known about medicine is we knew about pharmacology, and we knew that we can treat a particular disease with a certain synthetic molecule. Okay, let's say you have fever and you want to take a paracetamol, or you have a headache and you're taking a paracetamol. So this paracetamol, basically, it's a chemical structure involved that is synthesized, and that goes, when you swallow the tablet, it goes down into your intestines, and then it is absorbed into the bloodstream, and then it's distributed across the body, and it binds to certain receptors within the body. Now, this happens from a chemical perspective. So traditionally, historically, this is how it was working. That is still going on, right? We still take drugs like paracetamol. But over the course of the last quarter of a century, scientists and medical researchers have found the power of biotechnology, when applied to medicine, is in a realm of its own. So here we are looking at living cells. We are using, for example, monoclonal antibodies. We are trying to harness the power of living systems and biology to address therapeutic concerns. Okay, so it's a supplement to the chemical method of addressing disease states, basically. So biotechnology by itself, the word is very broad. So that's why we would prefix it as medical biotechnology. When you talk of biotechnology, you may want to talk of soil biotechnology that applies to soil. Agricultural biotechnology, for example. You have your GM crops, etc. You have marine biotechnology, which deals with bio in the ecosystem of the oceans, right? So there are different steps or different phases of biotechnology, or let's say different facets of biotechnology. Medical biotechnology is that special realm of biotechnology where it actually deals with living cells and organisms when when you're harnessing the potential towards treating a particular disease.
So you just spoke about like biotechnology, and so you are also like active in academic circles. So how do you yourself mentor young biotechnology students?
Yes, that's right. So I do wear multiple hats at the moment. So apart from being a chief scientific officer in the biopharma industry, I do mentor young aspiring biotechnology students like you all, for example. Okay, you all are at the right age, according to me, when you are like on the cusp of 18. So students who are interested in that, we used to have a mentorship called the Unheard Mentorship, where we actually used to select some students and of your age group. And I used to have one-on-one sessions. So basically, there used to be a group of approximately 10 or 15 students, and I used to have online sessions with them over a period of maybe a couple of months. And over time, that has progressed to, maybe even one-on-one sessions. The whole goal is to have a capstone project. So the student understands what is happening in biotechnology. I give them an overview of all the different aspects of medical biotechnology. I speak to them about it, answer any questions, give them a capstone project that they can work on and that they have to deliver, and give them a certain certification, a level of certification. Most of these students, of course, move on to the US. They are interested in pursuing their degrees in the United States or sometimes in Europe. So that is something that I have been doing, and that's something that's very close to my heart because what I find is students of your age group are very passionate, curious, and enthusiastic. And you all think out of the box, especially the current generation. So I think it's the energy transfer is both ways. I learn from the kids as much as they learn from me.
As you mentioned that you wear multiple hats and you are like a chief scientific officer of this company. So how do you contribute to science in this role now, not as a mentor?
Yes, so that's the other side of Sujit, right? So, um, well, it's a challenging question to answer in the sense that there's just so much to be talked about. But to give you a brief précis in a capsule, I would say that when I joined this particular company 5 years ago, I introduced medical biotech to this company. So I actually set up state-of-the-art research labs. Now, as you might be aware, within Mumbai region, there are very few biopharma companies that actually do R&D. There are some down south in Bangalore and Hyderabad, but in the Mumbai region, of course, I'm not talking of the IITs or any government institution. Apart from that, in the private sector, there are very few people who would choose to do R&D in Mumbai region. So the facilities as such don't exist. So I actually had to create the facilities from scratch, designing the labs, inventorying, ordering the equipment from the US and Germany, etc. So I was able to build a state-of-the-art infrastructure that proved to be very useful, not just to the company, but also to the staff who came here and had experience here because you're working with the cutting-edge infrastructure and you're working on experiments and projects like you would if you were in the United States or in Europe. So that was a tough thing to set up, but it was worth it every step of
Thank
the
you
way.
so much for that. Dr. Sujit. Now, my next question is actually related to something you said a few moments ago. You said that we love children at this age because they're very curious. Now, to drill down more into that statement, what is one important quality you feel for pursuing this career, or more specifically, medical biotechnology? And I'm also asking for myself because currently, as we spoke about it, I'm not looking at biotechnology that deeply. But if I were to transfer, what were certain skills or certain courses that I need to do in school to take up this field?
So let me just qualify that question. If you were to transfer, meaning what exactly right now are you looking at?
Like, let's say I'm going from economics or I'm going from physics to biotechnology. What are particular courses I should take in college? And also, what do you feel are other like out of school skills that a person must have who's going in for a career in science?
Yeah, that's a very insightful question, Vyom. So basically, in my years of experience, like I have more than 3 decades of research experience now. What I have found is that Indian students don't lack the brains. Okay, we have the intellect. What I think in terms of science, what is the most important quality students must develop is the ability to think and frame a research question and answer it. Okay, so I mean, techniques, many students seem very, let's say, attracted towards learning new techniques, especially when they come to my lab and they see the infrastructure. They're like, we want to learn the techniques, put it on my CV. That's fine. But I think more important than that is being able to understand how the science functions, how you frame a research question to answer a problem in any field. It's not just medical biotechnology, even if it's economics or physics for that matter. You frame a research question and how do you get there to solve that question? That is the most important quality that has to be developed. And this is not something that school can teach, right? To a certain extent, schools are doing whatever best they can in terms of giving you assignments, making you think of a project, making you develop a project. To a certain extent, it will work. But in real world evidence, right, working with real world data to be able to answer that question, to frame a research question, you need mentorship. And you need mentorship from somebody who's walked the path before you in the area of your interest. To answer the second part of your question, if you wish to transfer from, let's say, economics or physics to biotech, what courses you need to do? Well, if you're going abroad, especially to the US or Europe, that I don't think that's a major problem because there's major flexibility there in the programs there. So one has to take basic courses in molecular biology to start with, molecular biology, biochemistry. These are the two main pillars on which the whole system stands, I would say. And of course, ancillary courses could include genetics, genomics, but they can come later on. The first two courses you must take are molecular biology and biochemistry. In fact, in many programs in the US, it is offered as a combined course, molecular biology and biochemistry. So, of course, there's cell biology also, which can also come later. But I would say molecular biology and biochemistry is the first two things you must look at. You can also look on Coursera or some other online platforms and self-learn some of these basic fundamentals if you wish to transfer.
That's great. Thank you so much. I immediately have a lot more clarity as to how I can transfer. And if any students out there who have seen this and are intrigued by medical biotechnology, the answer is there for you as to what courses you should be taking. Now, another question related to it is, what do you feel are some of the most interesting things happening in the field right now, which students, once getting out of college, should immediately pounce at, like certain opportunities or certain companies that are doing some great work?
So, see, the field always evolves, right? Every few years, no matter what field it is. If you look in software, what's happening now, right? AI has come over. Everybody is talking about AI right now. So even in the field of biotech, there will be new things that keep coming every few years. So a few years ago, we heard of CRISPR-Cas, right? Gene editing had become very hot. So now again, integration of AI into biotechnology is something that is needs to be looked into. And it's only people of your age group who can do it because you have to learn the ropes at a young age. So what prompts will you give in AI in order to help in drug discovery, to fasten the process, to hasten the process, right? What will you do to speed up the entire process? You need AI. what new drug targets are you looking at? When you're looking at 20,000 drug targets and you don't know which of these is going to work, if at all. Um, so integrating that AI into this pipeline would be very useful. So I would say integration from a systems perspective of AI with biotech is something that is going to be the future of tomorrow.
Like
And
for me, it became like much clearer, like the field of biotechnology as a whole, and I like got much more clarity. And I think even the viewers will greatly benefit from this. And so I want to thank you, Dr. Sujit, for taking the time out to join us on the podcast this afternoon. We truly appreciate your valuable insights on biotechnology. And I'm sure our listeners will also walk away with a much deeper understanding because of your expertise. And so it was an absolute pleasure to speak to you. And thank you for sharing your knowledge and
thank you,
time.
Aneesha, and thank you, Vyom. The pleasure was absolutely mine as well. It's a pleasure talking to young talent like you. And personally, I wish both of you the very best in life as you move ahead to the US or elsewhere for your future goals. You have my support along the way. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor.